All still getting there. I can see one, two, the Jeep one coming around as well. She's looking down, but pick it up.
Hi everyone, John McLeod from Macbet. I'm just going to go over how we played last weekend. We had a fair day. Everything sort of seemed to come together. I was a bit worried early when the track wasn't playing as leaderish as what I was thinking, but it did play leaderish. The fence, right on the fence, was a bit iffy. You know, you wanted to be 2, 3 off the fence, up there, and that was the right spot. You know, we finished up getting away with a bit of a result. You can see our result there. That was our turnover. So our profit on turnover was huge on the weekend on what we actually invested. This first race, we were pretty keen on ELO, as we suggested. You know, there's our units in the morning. We stated those units on the audio. The audio was quite good on the weekend. We changed a few things, and it was actually a lot better than the actual units in the morning. There was ELO just got into the right spot. Burn rode it well. He got up. He did roll back onto the fence in the straight, which was a bit of a concern. But you know, not knowing that the fence was a bit iffy, you know, in race one, I was really, you know, thinking the ELO didn't go that crash hot. But because he rolled back onto that one lane, you know, his effort was okay. You know, these are no stars, that's for sure. Balasimi Amici was very disappointing. Thought it'd come out on the corner, was going to do something, and just didn't put in. So probably needs to spell that horse, I'd say, because its last, not its last run, but definitely on Saturday, it was disappointing. This next race, the speed of this race is a lot better than what we get as far as the sectional goes. You know, they've put it out as going around about 0.8 slow for the first to the 600. Now ours is going 9.5 fast. So there is, you know, the sectionals are going to play a big difference in this race on our figures. I really believe that they went out a lot faster than 0.8 slow. Horse like Humboldt Current just was smoking his pipe back in the field and just ran over him. Now, you know, this is one of the reasons why I was thinking maybe the fence or the leaders weren't going as well as what I thought, because Humboldt Current did make that much ground, but it was just because they went out that fast. So you know, we had something on Musha Red. You know, Humboldt Current, just the race just panned out beautifully for it. Pretty much it was you know, it was probably like an 8 or 9 speed. You know, it would have firmed into around about the market price if we would have been thinking that. Musha Red actually finished up running second. So the third race, we haven't a black booker yet. This is our first black booker. I thought Astro Boy Toy did a good job. He worked early. They went out 4.2 seconds fast till the 600. So I think he worked and he fought on quite well down the straight. The money wasn't there. Blew out in the market, you know, significantly from about $3.50 to $4.60 with the bookies, but it was probably a little bit better than that on Betfair. So, but it did race well. Chico Malegra, we thought it was a bit unders. You know, in the morning I think it was about $1.80. Chauffeur was one of those horses that you can see our price was $1.39. You know, without touching anything. And it just had classes above them, but we finished up making it around $4.60. That was the only reason I threw something on this horse, just because of that price earlier. I just wasn't going to let it go for nothing. As far as the units go, we put that on. I didn't actually put anything out there on the audio. I didn't even throw anything on Chauffeur, which was disappointing, but I just had to throw something on it just because of the odds and what price we had it. The fourth race, Reckless Choice went quite good here. They went out a little bit slow, and so Reckless Choice has done a good job making ground. Phantom Falcon, this was really disappointing for us. You know, in the morning I think it was $8. We had it around the $4 something, and just the changes that we made actually made it firm up. And I never played in this race. I just didn't trust the rating of Phantom Falcon the other day at Eagle Farm. Viola, we were tipping it in the morning, but the price wasn't there. It nearly got out to our price, but I still stayed out. And the other horse, Occupy, who we thought had a little hope, it firmed up very strongly at the finish, but it made me stay out of it as well because we just couldn't get it as short as that. So I was lucky to manoeuvre around this since staying out, but then again, I could have actually fallen into the winner if I trusted the ratings. So that was just a real query race, that one. The fifth race for us, I bet a little bit more on Emma Cedar as far as our units go. I think I put 1 unit on it. Fastnet Cyclone, half a unit. They went out fairly quickly. This showed that the leaders were going good still. It was just the first few races they were going out too fast. So we were through 700 on both these horses and a little bit on Ruby the Red. So that was disappointing. Aquavit, we were thinking it was going to get a fairly soft lead. It did. It did get a soft lead, but the sectional showed that they went along a little bit fast, as I said, but they did have the wind up their bum down the back. So he still did it on his own and under his own steam, so that was the reason why he was able to kick away in the straight. A lot of money for Ferry Me Home in that race. We had it a lot longer in the morning. I hadn't re-looked at it, and just one of those ratings that we had in there I didn't believe, and once I put it in or used that rating, it actually brought it into considerably a lot. I think it was about $16 into about $6.50, but the $4 was ridiculous. Neversita was a little bit disappointing. I thought he just didn't finish the race off as well as I thought. Fastnet Cyclone just battled away like it does. The sixth race, this is a nice race. This one, just the way things were playing, we steamed into Amishi in this one. We just thought, the way the track was playing, In Gear would lead. Amishi would sit on the outside of it. I thought In Gear, being a goal and runner, need the run, and it actually finished up bleeding. But Amici had the runs under its belt. It was just going to be there. Everything looked the right thing. Cabello Escuro on the map, the stewards were saying that it was going to be ridden cold, so that took him out of the race. So it was really these three. So I actually thought, okay, well, I'll bet against In Gear, being goal and first up, back Amici and throw something on Mashani Spirit. So that's what we did on the audio. So we had a fair result. We actually got about 430, 440 they bet fair for a little while. So that was a nice result for us. As far as black bookers go, you can forget about Starla. He'd come out a couple of lengths last, so you can forgive it. Amici was a nice win. The sectionals were there. In Gear bled. That's brown is just actually for a horse that has problems. And Lady Brahmos went fantastic. That was its best run, career best run. It's come back a better horse, this one, and it'll be winning next starts. Definitely nice horse, made up ground through a pretty tough sectional. Next race, they didn't go out that fast here again. Archer's Paradox, the horse we liked, was able to lead. I thought it may not lead Stellar Power, but Stellar Power actually eased. So Archer's Paradox went up. Stellar Power finished up 3 wide. Say hey, I kicked up on the inside of it. I think Stellar Power did a good job. It was 3 wide the trip and fought on quite well. Invincible Gangster went really good. It's at 4 wide the trip and kept on kicking. But this was a nice result for us. Archer's Paradox, I think we got $7 and $6.50 in the morning. So that was a really good result. It was just going to be the perfect horse in the right spot. Next race, this was no good. We backed I Dream of Green. We threw something each way on it. We had a decent bet on it. I think it probably would have run the place for sure and certain. It was held up down the straight, never got a crack at him, and Just Dawn was able to get the split and just charge through. It's a bit disappointing the way I handled this race because I went each way, Dream of Green, and I could have actually been on the 3 of these horses. I finished up 2 of them, I Dream of Green and Tycoon Ace. You can see our bets over here, and I didn't throw anything on Just Dawn. I sort of didn't realise it was got out to $11, and it was just a blue I made, and should have been, you know, instead of us doing 1,000, we probably should have won 1,500 or something on the race. So that was disappointing. Went good, just Doomben. You know, he won the other day on a wet track. Wasn't the the right type of track. Back onto a dry track, it really just went like a bomb. So it did go quite good. I think Mr. Marvelous, I forgot to put that in. That was a black book and run. Was working 3 wide up on the speed. Fought on good. It'll probably go to the Wheatwood now, and it's going to be very hard to beat up there, I'd suggest. We were potting Jardin Rouge. I think it was $3.50 or something in the morning. It got out to $5.50, maybe even $7 on Betfair. It just never got into the race. And that's about all for that race. And the last was just a race that I didn't really like. I couldn't get Run for Glory as short as what the market was. You can see our price $7 and it was $3.20. I couldn't get it there. Canapes, I didn't throw anything on it. I just, I should have, but I was lucky enough to get away from it just because I know the horse and it's just a hard horse to back. Shijin, I threw something on it at the big odds just because it was going to lead, and I thought Watchman was going to get a lovely run third on the fence. Now both these horses were on the worst part of the track probably, and they weakened out of it. Watchman just wasn't up to the class. Shijin just weakened out of it. I thought this horse went good. Get Your Grey On, was sat 4 wide the trip, kept on going, fought on well down the straight. The speed was pretty good here. They're saying that they went only 1.7 lengths fast for the first bit. We've got it going 5 lengths fast, and that's the reason why a lot of these horses like Tone Thing ran on really well. Flying Machine ran on really well from the back. So a lot of these horses made good ground, and the reason for it is the speed was better than what a few places are saying it was. So that's about all from us. We finished up, you can see we had a good day. It was solid day. We won something on Sunday. We tipped the last winner in Sunday. It was around the $3 into about $2.20 or something, the last win on Sunday, so that finished up all right as well. Okay, that's all from me. The Black Bookers, get Your Grey On. Mr. Marvelous, we very hard to beat in the Wheatwood. Invincible Gangster went really good. Stellar Power also went okay. Bloody Brahmos, the run of the day, I think. What else we got? I think that's about all. Reckless Choice went okay. Astro Boy that was probably the weaker of the Black Bookers. Yep, that's it. All right, we'll talk next week. We'll be back next Monday morning to let everyone know how we actually played the day. Cheers, everyone. See ya.